Hi, Morgan Lowry with the Canadian Press. So Canada is not the only country that's been waging battles with big tech companies. The EU is pursuing new antitrust charges, while a U.S. senator is pushing for an American law similar to Bill C-18. How does joining that broader fight against companies like Google and Meta, including today's announcement on ending advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, benefit Canadians?
Well, we know that the global tech giants have completely disrupted so much of what we're doing. They've created tremendous positive goods in the world, but one of the ways that they have caused real challenges is on media and journalism. And people's access to local news needs to continue, particularly in a time where democracy is so challenged around the world. Unfortunately, tech giants like Meta, even as they're making record profits, billions upon billions of dollars of profits, are refusing to make sure that media and local news get properly paid. And they're so insistent that they don't want to pay their fair share that they've decided to stop. They've decided to block access to media and journalism and local news for people across this country. That's just bullying. And it's undermining our democracy at a time where we need to stand up for democracy. We need to stand up for people's rights and abilities to access news. So Canada is going to continue to stand firm and ensure that if social media platforms and internet giants want to use media, that they actually ensure that they're paying their fair share for it. This is a fight, as you highlight, Morgan, that's going on around the world right now, but Canada is really the front line right now. Both the different tech companies are pushing back hard against Canada, but I can tell you we're going to continue to stand strongly. And I want to highlight that both the Bloc Québécois and the NDP are standing with us strongly on this. Unfortunately, the Conservative Party seems to be completely captured by the tech giants, but we're going to continue to stand strong and make sure that we have a vital, independent, diverse, free press in this country so that Canadians can continue to live in a robust democracy.
Good afternoon, Vanessa Lee with CTV News. Your Heritage Minister says he believes there is a way forward with Google, but with Meta, as you've said, your government has now suspended all advertising. How far will your government go in taking on a company like Meta? What could be next?
This is not just a dispute over advertising, it's also a dispute over democracy. It's a question of recognizing the role that internet giants like Facebook, Meta, Google, and others have in our lives, and therefore a responsibility that they also wield. As we've said, we're continuing constructive conversations with Google. Unfortunately, Facebook has just refused to recognize any sort of responsibility it might have in contributing to a democracy that has, democracies in general, that have contributed to its success as a company, as a corporation. So we're not backing down on this. This goes to the core of a free and informed society that is able to take responsible decisions in a democracy. Citizens need to have access to quality local news, to quality content, to quality journalism that is properly paid. And the fact that the media, that Facebook doesn't want to recognize the hard work of professional journalists across the country is something that undermines the very fabric of our democracy at a time where we're seeing democracy backslide around the world. So Canada and allies around the world are going to stand strong and demonstrate that we will not flinch in our defense of fundamental, foundational principles to democracy, like a free, quality, informed press.
My follow-up is, your government is pulling advertising from Meta platforms, but the Liberal Party... Sorry, I'll just repeat it here. The government is pulling advertising from Meta platforms, but the Liberal Party is not. Why is that?
Listen, we've just seen over the past 24 hours many different organizations and companies take the decision to suspend buying paid advertising on Facebook and Meta, and I think that's an important step. Quite frankly, the federal government could not, in good conscience, continue to spend taxpayer dollars buying services from a company that has demonstrated that it doesn't respect Canadian democracy and the pillars of democracy. As for other organizations like political parties and others, I'm sure there will be more decisions taken in the coming days.
We'll take two last questions.